Good morning, how are we all doing today? It's getting chilly, currently 0 and it's midday or 11 o'clock. But last night it did drop down to -5, so we're definitely getting into that time again. Right, plan for today before that gets too loud, which it's going to. I want to try and build a small wood rack for upstairs that can take like 2 of the bags that we take up, just to tidy up the area a bit and make life a bit easier when it starts to get really cold. So I'm going to try and cobble something together. I don't really have a design and just yeah, see what I can come up with. Starting off with scrappy wood as always. I think I'll be able to do it with this. I've got a rough idea in my head whether it'll work or not, I don't know. But that's why I like using crap material, because if it doesn't work you just burn it and you don't feel bad. Okay, one bit. 70 from here. I know it's an interesting way to make these cuts, but I don't want to go outside and use the sawhorse because it's bloody freezing. So that's bigger than I thought it was going to be. Oh wait. Ooh. Maybe I could do it something like that. That could be interesting. Okay, so we're going to go with this, roughly. I'm going to try. I think that will be pretty solid. We'll have to see. Right, I need to make another one of these and then clean them up with the plane because they look horrendous. And go from there. This one has still got piece of nail in it, so he definitely needs to come out before we do any planing. There we go. I've marked the faces that we're going to clean. I'm not going to plane all of it, it's a waste of time. Just the outsides. I'm going to be honest, I really do want to find a proper woodworking vise. You know, one with like a quick thing. So I don't use this that often simply because it can take ages to deal with. But it should be okay for this. Where are we? This blade needs sharpening a bit. Too much. How's that for a before and after? This is why I don't throw stuff like this away, because there's useful material underneath it. You just got to put a bit of work in. Right, 3 more to go. I forgot to oil the sole. Look at it go now. Never said I was a professional. Oh, so much better. Just a quick smear of oil on there. This is a little tip I picked up from someone on YouTube called Paul Sellers. I don't know if you've ever come across his stuff. Brilliant channel. Him and Adam Savage are my favourite on YouTube, without a doubt. But this thing calls it a rag in a can, because that's exactly what it is. It's just probably a tin of beans or something. I can't remember what it was. Chopped in half, round over the corners so it's not sharp, and then you get like a cotton rag or some kind of rag, doesn't really matter. Roll it up, put it in the can, and then you oil it. And you keep soaking this in oil from the top, and it all goes down into there, and it just stays oiled, so whenever you need to just quickly give your tools a once over, it's like a really light film of oil. I use this for everything. I put it on all of my axes, all of the tools. You know, when you're going to leave something or you've just used it, give it a quick smear with that. Job done. It won't go rusty. I wonder if the great grandparents are looking down on me using this stuff. Probably telling me off for using it wrong. Now this happens as well. It jams. There we go. Oh, it's a knot. Got a bit worried then, thought I'd left a nail. That's not a good sound. Look at that. What was that, 30 seconds? Beautiful wood underneath. That's it. It's not a bad vice, this. I mean, considering it was free, you know, it'd get you started. I think I'd prefer a proper one. but it is what it is. You see this, we've gone from pure trash to something that you'd be happy if you bought from the lumberyard if it was in focus. One thing I have realised is I need to extend my easy clean area. You see I did it here, but then I ended up putting the vise there, so all of the stuff goes on the carpet, which is less than ideal. So I'm going to have to make another bit, I think, here, just so it sweeps up easier, because this is a nightmare to deal with. I'm going to cut an indent out of one piece so that the other bit can sort of slot into it. But this is the original way that you'd do that. This is the old school router, basically. But unfortunately this one still needs to be restored, so it's pretty blunt and kind of making a mess of it. So I think I'm just going to use a chisel. I have already done this with the saw, by the way, just in case you're wondering. That should work. I should probably do both, but I don't think there's much point. It will take me flipping ages. I'll just stick with two. Alright, doing a testing one of them, make sure it's actually going to go together. So we've got glue and we've got 4 screws going in. I think it's going to be quite solid, hopefully. Get it roughly, oh hang on, yeah, like this. Put it in position. Nope, no splittage, that's good. So these screws will be on the inside, you won't really see them. Right, now to cut the other side out. We've got our 2 halves. I've not glued this one together yet, but can you believe they almost line up? It's a little bit off there. Could be worse though. I was expecting worse, if I'm honest. So it's going to go sort of like that. And what I want to do is put a sort of pole. I'm going to drill through. That's why I've done 4 screws like this, because I'm going to bore out a hole all the way through, the size of a pole if I can find something. And then I'm probably going to do at the top as well. I think that should be pretty sturdy. Right, I'll get this side secured together. No, this one. This one already is. So we've got our pole. I think it was an old curtain rod or something. I'll just scrape the white paint off. This is where things could all go horribly wrong. So this needs to go into there, roughly in the middle. And we've got a hole saw which is ever so slightly smaller than this. So I want this to be a really tight fit in here. So I'm thinking, well, all I've got is this or much bigger. So I reckon if I can get a nice clean hole with this, then I can shave the ends of this down so it pushes in. It's really tight. Oh, bang on! Look at that. Alright, now for the scary bit. I think we'll run it a bit slower. Oh, the hole saw's skating around. I don't think it's perfectly straight. Gonna have to do though, that's all we've got. Right, there it is. Oh, it's pretty tight. I think that'll work. Luckily, I'm cutting out the top section, which is even more tricky actually. Chances of this lining up is pretty slim. Christ. I don't think this is going to fit straight in. No, so this needs shaving down a bit, that's fine. That'll work. This is definitely where the wheels are going to fall off this project, if anywhere else. Alright, so they're not perfectly lined up, so I want to be about there, I'd say. Yeah. We're pretty much straight. A bit smoky. Smells nice though. Alright, that's it, that's the holes. Let's hope they flipping work. Not sure how wide. Probably about that, to be fair. I can make this overhang a little bit because it will look cool. Maybe more. God, look at that. Don't even need to sand it. Oops. Okay, that is now gluing. I've just had an absolute mare. I saved it, luckily. I realised in time, but I was just gluing it up, you know, cracking on with it, thinking how well it was going. And then I suddenly realised I'd glued this piece back to front, to the other way around, and it looked shit on all sides. Oh god. But luckily it hadn't started to go off yet, so I managed to save it and pull it apart and do it again. But I am happy with that. That looks proper cool. I'm going to throw some stain on it now. See how that goes. I better start with the back just in case it looks bad. Should be alright. I mean, this is the same colour as stuff upstairs, like the worktop and everything. So it should all blend in. Oh yeah. Perfect. It's just a bit too light as it is. It wouldn't look good. That looks much better. I want it to look like it's always been there, kind of thing. It's meant to be there, you know. That looks great. I'm very happy with this. Pretty much what I pictured in my head. Should blend in nicely upstairs, hopefully. Cool. Let's get it up there, get some wood in it, see what it looks like. The finished product. Turned out right. Got quite a lot of weight on there. If it fails, it'll be here because I should have interlocked both pieces rather than just one. But we'll see. Much better. Good evening all. It is Aurora o'clock, so I thought I'd bust this camera out and see if I can get a little bit for you. Cats are out. Probably not going to look very good, but I have got a time lapse running, which I'm going to leave on for quite a while, so you get the full experience, but we'll give it a go. It's one of those evenings where it's just sort of all over the place. Yeah, the time lapse blasting away in the background. I will leave you with this time lapse whenever I decide to turn it off. I'll leave it as long as possible, but then I have got to edit like 400 or 500 individual pictures, so that's going to be interesting. Alright, see you all later.